Hard Eyes Killer Identity Twist and Plan Explained. Josh Rubin's latest horror comedy, Hard Eyes, has earned overwhelmingly positive reviews for its well-executed genre blend. But perhaps the most brilliant part of the script was its shocking twist ending, which finally revealed the identity and motivation of the Hard Eyes killer. While Hard Eyes is heavy on both gore and imaginative kills, it develops a surprisingly sweet romance in between the meta rom-com commentary and the sight gags. Critics have applauded the cast of Hard Eyes, particularly its two leads, for walking the line between horror and comedy. The movie follows new co-workers Jay, Mason Vooding, and ally, Olivia Holt, as they spend Valentine's Day night fleeing from a masked killer through the city of Seattle. In the course of their ongoing terror, they find common ground despite their conflicting attitudes towards romance, resulting in the development of real feelings for each other. Unsurprisingly, they manage to survive the night so that their newfound relationship has the opportunity to continue, but only after they discover the real identity of the Hard Eyes killer. The origin and backstory of the Hard Eyes killer. Hard Eyes cleverly doesn't introduce the Hard Eyes killer as some mysterious entity that nobody believes in, like many slasher movies have done before. When the movie opens in Seattle, the country is all too aware that the HEK serial killer has slaughtered couples on Valentine's Day the last 2 years. While he originally began his rampage on the East Coast, killing couples in Boston and Philadelphia previously, he appears in Seattle for his third Valentine's Day and promptly murders a couple at a winery and a spa, along with anyone who gets in his way in the process. The killer had been captured with photos and security camera footage, so the general public knew what he looks like and how he operates well before the movie's main narrative begins. In fact, the Hard Eyes killer has a sickly dedicated fan base, with people wearing makeshift masks and a cult social media following. It makes the emoji-eyed slasher somewhat unique in modern horror and gives him an added layer of realism. That's pretty much exactly how social media in the real world would react to a gimmicky, famous serial killer. The first Hard Eyes killer is just a fanboy. That cult following is actually responsible for some of the Hard Eyes killer's murders, as it's revealed that the mask is worn by multiple people. One of whom is a man named Eli, who is later explained to just be a fanboy of the real Hard Eyes killer. He's recruited when the Hard Eyes killer comes to Seattle, and it's actually Eli who is responsible for the film's opening scene murders at the winery, along with the arrow that the cab driver who brought Allie and Jay to Allie's apartment took to the face. Eli is the version of the Hard Eyes killer that stalks Jay and Allie through the drive-in at the movie's fake climax, and who they eventually incapacitate and kill. While not all the switches between Hard Eyes killers are identified, it's clear that the transitions are well orchestrated to make it seem like it's one person doing all the killing, meaning that Eli was probably recruited based on his pre-existing knowledge of the Hard Eyes killer's modus operandi. Detective Shaw and her husband are the real Hard Eyes killer. After Jay and Allie kill Eli, the real Hard Eyes killer, or killers, are revealed. Jordana Brewster's character, Detective Shaw, and her husband, David. Alongside her partner, Detective Hobbs, played by Devon Sawa, Shaw manages to hide her connection to the Hard Eyes killer by posing as one of the detectives pursuing him. Hard Eyes does a good job hiding the reveal, with the only real clues being the wedding ring found at the scene of the winery murders matching Detective Shaw's initials, and David posing as an it guy at the Seattle Police Department, where HEK shows up. The murderous husband and wife finally reveal themselves to Allie and Jay when they kidnap Jay and force Allie to Street Valentine's Chapel in Seattle, where they claim they were married 10 years earlier. While they attempt to force Allie to confront her own romantic feelings, or lack thereof, for Jay, the young, almost couple manage to outmaneuver and overpower Detective Shaw and David, and kill them both in appropriately Valentine's Day-related manners. Why Detective Shaw and her husband became the Hard Eyes Killer